So now that we're in the neutral zone, we've learned not only why it's important to get into the neutral zone when we're having these negative thoughts, and then instead of continuing to ruminate on these negative thoughts that create an emotional experience, we detach from that and get to something neutral, like a neutral stimulus, like counting. So this is why we get into the neutral zone. We just learned how to actually do it with circle breathing, counting and breathing at the same time. That cycle again is 4 in through the nose, hold your breath for 2, and slowly exhale through your mouth for 6. And the way I remember it is 4 plus 2 is what? 6. Brilliant. Yes. So now, not only understanding why it's important to get to the neutral zone and how to actually do it, now that we're in the neutral zone, what do we do from here? Remember earlier, I said it is imperative what you focus on now after you've gotten into the neutral zone. The reason why is you want to focus on what you want to create in your life right now, what you want to see happen, something positive, rather than something you're trying to avoid. The mind works really interestingly. It doesn't register the words no or do not. It only focuses on whatever you put its attention on. So let me give you an example. Whatever you do right now, don't think of a blue elephant. You can think of anything else, just don't think of a blue elephant. What did the mind naturally gravitate towards? That's right. Immediately, it thinks of the blue elephant. The mind doesn't register the words don't or do not. It only focuses on whatever you tell it to focus on. Even though you say don't look up or don't hit it left, the mind registers the words left or look up. Direct the thoughts and the attention and your focus on what you want to create now, something positive, instead of what you're trying to avoid. Now, this whole idea came from a study done with professional race car drivers. They did a study on NASCAR professional race car drivers and amateur race car drivers, and they're on the track driving around. What they noticed was professional drivers would get clipped from behind, they spin out of control. Now they're spinning uncontrollably. They've trained their eyes to focus on the green. Why do they focus on green? It's because green represents the open field, the grass, where they naturally gravitate towards. Amateur race car drivers, they're driving on the track and they get clipped from behind, they spin out of control. Immediately they focus on what? The wall. And they focus on the wall initially because they don't want to hit the wall. They want to avoid the wall and they're fearful of hitting the wall. So they focus their attention on trying to avoid the wall by focusing on it, knowing where it is. But what happens more often than not, because they're focusing on the wall, they gravitate towards that wall. This is the principle of the law of attraction. If you've ever read the book The Secret or seen that movie, the law of attraction works the same way. What you focus on expands in your awareness and grows. Whatever you tell yourself or focus on something, it starts to grow and expand in your reality. That's how the mind works. Now, my wife and I, when we were living in San Francisco, about many years, we wanted to buy a Prius because the Prius was a new car at that time. And I was wanting to be innovative, creative, and new, and kind of hip and cool. So I started researching Priuses, Toyota Priuses, and I tried to figure out what color and price point they were. And I was excited because I was going to be one of the first. The next day, I go on the street, and guess what car I started seeing all around me? I started seeing Priuses. That's right. And I was thinking, why does everybody want to buy a Prius when I want to buy a Prius? That's not fair. But then it hit me. It dawned on me. The Priuses were already there. I just wasn't paying attention to it. But now that my thoughts and my focus was on trying to buy a Prius, I was more aware of it. And it was all around me. What you focus your attention on, what you focus on grows. Now, if you tell yourself, don't hit it left, don't hit it left, don't hit it left, the mind is registering left, left, left. Get to neutral by circle breathing. And as soon as you get to neutral, focus on what you want to create right now, the experience you want to have, rather than what you're trying to avoid.